Ultra Simple Golf today. We're back out at the Durban Country Club, and joining us is Springbok up-and-coming superstar Pieter-Steph du Toit. Peter, really good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, Pieter-Steph, it's a fantastic opportunity to spend some time with you, and I was really thrilled the other day bumping into you here at the club to find out that you're getting into golf now, and it's really, the bug is bitten, and that's always exciting when our stars of South African sport want to participate in a sport like golf. And there's obviously quite a strong culture within the Sharks, a golf culture, as well as the Springbok. So tell us how you got into it.
Yeah, my youngest brother actually pulled me with him, and I played with him 1 or 2 times, and I actually felt the bug bit me. So it's nice to be here, and for my first lesson in golf, so I think I'm going to enjoy it today.
Well, then we need to try and get you off on the right foot and give you some simple stuff to think about. And, you know, as we were talking about off camera, you know, you're going to be doing a lot of touring, and it's always great to be able to especially New Zealand, Australia, some of the most beautiful courses in the world, and to be able to go along and enjoy yourself. It must be a great way to relax away from the stress and tension of Springbok and Natal rugby.
Yeah, it's definitely a way to relax by participating in another sport that you love. So I think it's nice to go out with the boys and get some bonding time off the field with rugby.
Perfect. Well, we're out on the range. We're going to start from scratch. There's, you know, nothing contrived here. We just want you to take out your 7-iron, hit a couple of shots down the range, and just work on the fundamentals. It's always so interesting for people at home, you know, to identify with a superstar athlete that the whole country's been talking about, that you're getting into a game. It's great for people to relate to that, that you might also be struggling with certain fundamentals of the game. So I'm going to get my dad in once you've hit a couple of shots, and then let's break it down, and then we'll have a chat later. I'm really dying to find out about what the future holds for you, and you know, I'm looking forward to getting on the couch with the biltong and a couple of beers and watching you, take over South African rugby.
Yeah, no, it's a privilege to be here, and I'm looking forward for the lesson. Thanks.
Super. Thanks, Peter. Well, let's go ahead and hit a couple of shots.
Right, Pieter-Steph, thanks for coming on the show. It's an absolute pleasure having you.
Thanks a lot.
Now, let's get straight to it. I saw you hitting before the lesson started. Now, you obviously have never had a lesson.
Yes.
Now, the question is, you were battling to get the ball up in the air. And what I saw is not a little bit, it's exactly what every beginner does. Because you're working on logic, you're not working on fact. It frustrates me when someone tells you to watch the ball, keep your left arm straight. It's not giving you any information of what takes place in the golf swing.
Okay.
Now you've got to understand the basics. Now first of all, where does your power come from in a golf swing?
Your arms and chest.
Right. Logical.
Yes.
But it's completely wrong.
Okay.
It comes from your legs. Now again, excuse me, you are terrifyingly big and strong, but I'm just going to show you something. Just face that way and give me your right arm. Okay? Now we're going to have a tug of war.
Okay.
Now just move a foot towards me with your upper body. No, just with your upper body. Right. Pull me. It's pathetic.
Yes, it's difficult.
Well, it's not difficult, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Now you are 50 times stronger than me. By moving here, I pulled you over. I'm 71 and clapped out, as you can see. Just go back. Now just keep still and put your weight on the inside of your right leg, that way. Now pull me. It's a joke.
Yeah.
You've actually nearly ripped my arm out. Now to the viewer, that is not a joke. That is exactly what takes place in a golf swing. Your power comes from the lower half. It's not from your core. It's from your legs. Your core muscles are a bonus, Pieter-Steph.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yes, yes.
Next, your girlfriend, does she play?
Yes, she does.
Right. If she didn't play, or if she's just started, and she said to you, sweetheart, how do I get the ball up in the air?
You hit underneath the ball.
Right. So if you want to hit the ball straight up in the air, forget distance, you want to hit it up, what leg do you hit off?
Your back.
Right. Again, to the viewer, logical, back foot under, totally wrong. What takes place It is the downward blow that gets the ball up. Because it is physically impossible. Just have a look. Look at the flange of that club.
Yes.
If my weight is on the back foot to go under the ball and lift it, it's impossible.
Yes.
Now, if I turn here and hit down, by hitting down, the ball is squeezed into the ground, it goes up. Does that make sense?
Yes, perfect.
So again, it's the complete opposite to what your brain is telling you. Now, how to do it? There is a distinct sequence in a golf swing. Now, if you turn around and looked at someone behind you, just stay where you are. Just relax, put your arm by your side. Just turn around without moving your feet. Just turn around and look at someone behind you. There's your perfect golf swing. What move first on the way back?
Shoulders.
No.
Hips.
No.
Head.
There's nothing left. Did you see what I'm getting at? Again, this is what you said. Turn around and look at someone behind you. You didn't do that. It's your head.
Yes.
Now again to the viewer, this is critical. When I said, or someone behind you said hi, you heard them. Where are your ears? On your head. You now wanted to identify them. Your eyes are in your head. So your head moved first, then your shoulders, then your hips, then your knees. Am I right?
Yes, right.
There's your perfect golf swing. Now turn around again. Now from that position, I'm going to take the club away. Quickly now from there and look at someone over your left shoulder. Right, what move first?
Head.
No. This is fascinating. Let me show you something. Turn around and look at someone over your right shoulder. Now look at me with your head only over your left shoulder. You can't see me.
Yes.
This is in the way. That's why you can't hit the ball. Simple as that. Now, God forbid, I want to give you a clap. Just think, because now it starts adding up. If I want to move you,
Okay.
I line up my hand to your face.
Yes.
Here. Now, to clap you, my arm moves first.
Yes.
Then my shoulders, then my hips to here. Right?
Yes.
Now, from here to Muryu, my legs move violently to the left, my shoulders follow, lastly my hand, there's the hit, I follow through, you've now been hurt.
Yes.
Now watch this. The exact same backswing to here, and I hit you with my arm only.
Yeah, don't go.
I can't reach you because this is in the way. That is exactly how you play golf. Okay. You stand here, and you'll see it, Pieter-Steph, on camera. You pick the club up, leave everything aiming to the right, and just hit with your arm. And your mates tell you to watch the ball. Rubbish.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a little drill. Just put your right arm behind your back and bend over. Now imagine here, a big beach ball.
Okay.
I want you to really clap that ball with a backhand down the fairway. Now what are you going to do? You're going to turn through 90 degrees to there. Now when I say go, show me your belly button and get off your right foot as fast as you can go. Go. Unbelievable. Now again, to the viewer, just have a look where his weight is. It's all on your left foot,
Yes.
which means you're now hitting down. Now the only difference, Pieter-Steph, between that and golf, the beach ball diminishes in size to a golf ball. But you can't hit it, but you can. Because I've now given you the golf club, which is a telescopic extension of my left arm. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So there we go. Now this is your drill. Now stick your bum out, flex your knees. Unbelievable. Now turn through 90 degrees there. There's your backswing. Now show me your belly button as fast as you can go. Go. Unbelievable. Now can you hear the whoosh?
Yes.
There's your physical strength. But it's not coming from your upper body, it's coming from your legs.
Yes.
That's it.
I understand.
Now, what I'd love you to do, depending on how keen you are, and you go back to your girlfriend and give her the same drill.
Okay.
If you did that for 5-10 minutes a day, and you're off, you've told me, so you can't cheat, you've got time on your hands. In 1 week, and I'm not kidding you, 2 weeks maximum, you will be turn hips. Your muscle memory will stop thinking of hitting with your hands you're now hitting with the power source in your legs. Final point, have another go. Now I did this when I was a young man. My dad used to stand here with a golf club.
Yes.
And he used to say to me, Mus, imagine this is a cattle prodder. If you move 1 millimeter to the left, you're going to get a belt. Now all I want you to do, I'm going to keep your head here.
Okay.
Turn through 90 degrees. Turn, just relax. Brilliant. Now pull your belly button to target smoothly. There we go. Now already you're starting to get onto your left side. Your head is now behind the ball.
Yeah.
Because you're no longer using your upper body. Does that make sense?
Yes, perfect.
That's it. Set yourself up in a practice swing now. Now just imagine you've only got one arm.
Yes.
Now all this business of release your right hand, rubbish. God does it for you because he's, no, don't laugh, I'm serious. He's given us gravity and centrifugal force. You cannot, nobody's ever done it in the history of the game. You cannot swing from here through the ball without your right hand releasing. You release it from here.
Okay.
So you're throwing all your club head speed that way to hit the ball that way. It doesn't make sense.
Oh.
So again, finally, golf is a left-sided pulling game, not a right-sided throwing game.
Okay.
So set yourself up. Now just imagine you've got one arm. Turn. Now show me your belly button. Absolutely frightening. Hit the ball. Now don't try and move it.
Okay.
Nice and smooth. Now turn. Hang on. You're still a little bit quick with your hands,
okay,
but you hit the ball. Now just watch. Now a final tip here to the beginners, the viewer beginners, that I'm pegging the ball up. We're not cheating. It's to give you confidence that once you've hit it flush, you're going to see how far the ball goes with no effort.
Okay.
And believe me, with your physical strength, it's going to go off the planet. But you haven't hit it.
Yes.
Your body has done the damage for you. Like in a punch, which I'd hate to stop from you, I hit you with my fist, but that's not where the power comes from. My power comes from transferring my weight on my left. I then release my elbow for the punch. It's the same thing here.
Yes.
So don't move it with your right hand.
Okay.
Your left hip pulls your left hand towards me. Let's go. Now smooth as silk. Now turn and clear. Unbelievable. You're getting onto your left side. Absolutely brilliant. Now just relax, full turn and get your belly button at target. On the left.
Yeah.
Where's the divot?
No.
You
no.
haven't even hit the peg out the ground. This is one of the best lessons I've ever had from a beginner. I'm not...
Thanks a lot.
I'm not saying that because you're bigger than me, but I'm dead serious.
Thanks a lot.
Absolutely brilliant. You're now playing golf, Steph, believe me. Turn. When did you last hit a ball like that?
Never.
That has made my day, my friend.
Thanks a lot.
Absolutely brilliant.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Does that make sense?
Yes, perfect sense. No, it's wonderful.
Did you see that?
Doesn't that make you want to play golf when you hit it like
Feels
that?
amazing, eh?
All right, Pieter-Steph, now, as you can see here, you've started to rotate your shoulders, you're starting to transfer the weight correctly, and the best thing for me now is after every shot I can see that there's more weight getting onto the left-hand side. So, you know, that for you right now has got to be your biggest focus. And as you get better at this, you're going to have the urge to hit the ball harder, and that's what you've got to keep reining yourself in and think about balance and think about keeping your hands as passive as possible. On this week's Echelon Did You See That Moment, we take a look back at the 1977 British Open at Turnberry. It was dubbed the Duel in the Sun. Tom Watson and Jack Nicklaus had matched each other shot for 3 rounds, and they'd finally got to the 18th hole with Tom Watson protecting a one-shot lead. Watson has driven it in the middle of the fairway, and Jack Nicklaus has carved a driver way to the right. Watson hits a perfect 7-iron 3 feet from the hole, almost securing the victory. But Nicholas is the ultimate competitor. He hacks a 9-iron to the front right of the green, 35 feet from the hole. Watson has stated on many occasions since that he was certain that Nicholas was going to make the putt. He wasn't to be disappointed. Watson rolls it into the middle of the hole, creating one of the greatest finishes in all of golf.
Jack put his arm around me and he said, I gave you my best shot, but it wasn't good enough. And that was a special moment in my life.
Jay, we see all this amazing content and coverage on SuperSport around the golf, and one of the things that comes to mind is the golfers that are out there are just getting into better and better shape as the years go by, and the fashion that they've got out there on show is amazing, and it's something that I think every golfer wants to try and copy. We might not be able to get in the shape that Tiger or Rory or Adam Scott are in, but it really feels fantastic to buy the shirts that they're wearing coming down the stretch.
Sure.
So when we walk into the Golfers Club store, we're confronted with this vast array of apparel.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what the craze is out there and some of the stuff that goes behind it. It's amazing.
Yeah, Don, I think that this African golfer has been a poorly dressed individual for a very long time, and partially governed by the clubs. In the old days, I remember you couldn't wear shorts unless you wore long socks. I don't know what the point was. You have to wear these crimpling socks that used to make your calves itch like crazy. And anyway, I think things have improved, and as time, they're very popular in those days, but as time has progressed, the styles have been pulled from the catwalks of Milan, and the athletes like Woods have changed that. Adam Scott, when they stepped, Sergio Garcia is incredibly well coordinated. And I mean, these fashion houses, the Adidases, the Nikes, the Ralph Laurens, the Jay Lindebergs, they've got their guys to coordinate their players. They literally, Tiger Woods knows what he's going to wear. If he's playing 20 tournaments in 2015, they're going to say, right, for those 20 tournaments, he has 4 outfits per tournament, and this is what you're going to wear. So the guys, and they really do look good. If you look at a guy like Rory McIlroy, I don't think he was the best dressed when he was wearing Oakley. No. And Oakley makes some really nice stuff. Sure. But the coordinators from Nike have done an incredible job in terms of dressing him properly. And he looked great at the PGA. And we've got his shirt over here. If you not pull that off there, Don, just right. And that. Nike have used such high-tech materials. If you look at this one, this is a Tiger Woods range over here. So brilliantly made. You can see the detail in the collar over there. They've made little perforations in the back of the shirt across the chest, and what that does essentially allows you to breathe. Yeah. A lot of these shirts are made from acrylic. Yeah. They are or polyester, and in the old days, you would never have thought of making a shirt out of that. It was always cotton or mercerized cotton if it was a fancy shirt. I just think that if you want to look good on the golf course, there's no excuse. You can walk into our stores. Another amazing brand is Ralph Lauren. Sure. Ralph Lauren's the biggest fashion house in the world, and they've gone into golf. A guy like Luke Donald always looks impeccably dressed, and they have this like spandexy type material. I don't want to make it sound too bad, but literally allows you to move during the golf swing. So the more you move,
wonderful.
The better. The more the garment moves, the better it is for you. There's nothing worse. In the old days, you used to wear a cotton shirt. Used to take a backswing. The whole shirt used to come out of your trousers, which was
legacy look through impact.
Exactly. Another guy who I think is possibly one of the best dressed on the tour is Ian Poulter. Yeah. And originally he was with Puma. Yeah. And now he's brought out his own IJP, Ian John Poulter design. Sure. Okay. And we stock it, in some of our stores. Just to give you an idea, here's some of the garments over here. You can see he's got his own emblem. He makes the most incredible belts. You can see the belts over here. All of it color coordinated, so you can have it totally coordinated from the pants. You'll see the slits in the bottom of the slacks. That attention to detail just makes it look so good. It's just so polished, and so there really is no excuse not to look good on the golf course anymore. And the value's there. There's some shirts here. Jay Lindeberg, which for me is one of the. You're wearing that same shirt. Yep. It really is a magnificent garment. I just think that if you haven't got 1,800 rand for a shirt. There are some shirts around the 600-700 rand mark, and I promise you want to make a statement. If you play golf twice a month, you want to look good on the course. And part of when you get to the golf course is if you feel good, you play good. So there's no excuse to be uncoordinated. We've got shirts all the way from 199 rand all the way up to 2,000 rand. Golf has never been more affordable, and I think the guys literally could look really good on the course.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Don.
Well, Pieter-Steph, it was really interesting to get you down onto the range and start from square one. and just see how your swing could evolve, and as you started to digest the thoughts and ultimately hit a couple of fantastic shots there. Did it go down well with you? Did you enjoy it?
Yes, it was very nice. It's nice to learn from the best people here in Durban, so it's nice to see where's your strengths and your weaknesses. So it's amazing to see what you can learn in such short notice.
Well, you know, also with your rugby career right now, it's even though you've been playing a while in your own mind, you're right at the beginning of a brilliant career. You must have learned a tremendous amount rugby-wise since you've joined the Sharks and come into the international fold.
Oh, definitely. The Sharks took me in after school, so they actually my rugby home so far. Everything I learned in rugby is from the Sharks and the people at the Sharks, so it's amazing to see what the people in Durban offers for you.
You know, as you look forward now to the rest of 2014 and 2015 to come, are you motivated and excited? I mean, you must be so hungry to get back onto the field.
Yeah, I'm so motivated, and it's wonderful to have a goal in my life and for next year to work for something that I want to achieve.
It was almost cruel that you had a taste of this success and you were given an opportunity and you took it with both hands and then kind of had it taken away from you for a while now. It must really test your desire and your will to succeed, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess that's rugby and life. It gives you something that can take away in a second. So it's something that I need to work on and get better in my life, and it's teaching me something that I've never learned. This injury, it's teaching me how life works and what to do in this circumstance.
Tell me a little bit about the injury.
Yeah, I tore my ACL in my knee, so they had to take a part of the hamstring and attach the ligaments there, so I actually got 2 injuries from one there. So yeah, I'll only be able to play the warm-up games next year for the Sharks, so we'll see what happens from then.
Okay. But you spend a lot of time in the gym bulking up and getting really strong.
Yeah, I think when you have a goal and you put your mindset on the goal, you'll be able to work for it no matter what. So it's nice to be in the gym and doing some cardio in the gym as well and trying to get all the muscles strong that can prevent further injury.
Tell me a little bit about, you know, being in the Sharks setup and obviously playing with South Africa. What's it like being out there with all these guys that I'm sure you've admired? A couple of the guys have been around since you were probably halfway through high school. I mean, and now being in that setup, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, when I got into high school, all of these guys were heroes in my eyes at the moment. So it's when I came here, it's a big honor to play with them and for the Sharks. So it was wonderful to be here with them.
And you know, now obviously it's been fantastic to see the likes of Victor Matfield and Bucky's come back and, you know, making themselves available and doing so well. Are you the type of guy that would approach them and look for advice, even though they, you know, they're the Bulls, etc. And you know, but when you come into the South African setup, you're going to be around them. Do you like to get advice from the older, the greats of the game?
Yeah, I definitely still need to learn a lot. So when it doesn't matter who it is or which position he plays, it will be always nice to get advice from him and to better my game in rugby.
Sure. And you know, being around Jake White now, I mean, it's only been 7 or 8 months since he's been in the post, and you know, he's obviously, you know, there's nothing you can teach him about rugby. Have you enjoyed working under him?
Yeah, Jake is a phenomenal coach. I'm enjoying to work on with him, and his mindset of rugby is amazing to see what he knows of rugby and how he understands the game as well.
Brilliant. Tell us a little bit about how it works. You know, we've seen guys like Pat Lambie and a couple of the, you know, youngsters that have had immediate success coming out of school. You know, there's a lot of youngsters that it's everybody's dream, you know, to 1 minute you're in matric and the next minute you're playing international rugby. It must be a hell of a thing to digest. But how tough is it to do that for you, to suddenly be on this international stage when you're a youngster?
Yeah, it's more a shock than anything else. I think you need to put your head at a young age towards your goal and work for it. Especially if you're in a big school, it makes a big difference as well. I'm from a small primary school, so it was a big shock for me to come here and play next to Bismarck and Willem and those guys. So I think it's an amazing honor to be here.
No doubt about it. And you know, when you played your first test match, tell me what that's like, lining up with those guys, standing in front of the stadium there, singing that song or the national anthem. What does that do for you inside?
Yes, I was so happy at that moment. I think it wasn't anything that could have took that happiness away from me then.
What does that do to your body, you know, just before you go out there? And I mean, I can think of the nerves and the anxiety and the stress that must go with it, but you know, that must give you such a boost of energy to be able to go and play.
It definitely does. You get a feeling that I don't think you can explain. Yeah. There's few people that get that feeling and feeling that honor and privilege. It's like you get an injection full of energy and just want to want to explode of the happiness and the joy you've got.
As I said, I can't wait to get back on the couch there and watch you do your business, because it's an absolute pleasure. So congratulations on everything you've done
Thanks
so
a lot.
far, and you know, we will be pulling very hard for you.
Thanks a lot, Don. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. We'll see you soon out here at the range.
Yeah, I definitely will come visit soon again.
Super. Thanks, Pieter-Steph.
Thanks a lot.